"I'm pregnant," she whispered. The color drained from his face. Then, his expression turned cold. "That's not my problem," he said, loud enough for his friends to hear. "I don't even remember that night. You could be lying. You could have been with anyone." Jennifer felt like the ground had opened up beneath her. "Ryan, please. Don't contact me again," he said, walking away. "And don't try to pin this on me. You can't prove anything." His friends looked at Jennifer with disgust and followed him, leaving her standing there, shattered and completely alone. If you're young and watching this, and you're currently feeling the pressure to do things you're not ready for, hear me clearly. Your worth is not determined by what you've done or haven't done. Your value doesn't depend on fitting in with people who mock your choices. This is the story of Jennifer, a bright, ambitious 17-year-old who had just received the news every parent dreams of. She got accepted into one of the top universities in the country with a full scholarship. Her parents threw a celebration party. Neighbors came to congratulate them. Everyone said the same thing. Jennifer is going places. She's got such a bright future ahead of her. Jennifer had always been the good girl. She studied hard, stayed out of trouble, and focused on her dreams of becoming a doctor. She had never been in a serious relationship, never been to wild parties, never done anything that would disappoint her family. Her parents were proud, but also worried. "University is different," her mother said the night before she left. "Just focus on your studies and stay away from distractions." Jennifer promised them she would. She had no idea how hard that promise would be to keep. Jennifer's first week at university was overwhelming. The campus was huge, the classes were harder than she expected, and her roommates were different. There was Lisa, loud, confident, and always talking about her weekend adventures. There was Monica, who seemed to have a new boyfriend every month. And there was Kim, who loved to shock people with her wild stories. On Jennifer's third night, while she was studying, the girls burst into the room laughing about something that happened at a party. "Jennifer," Lisa called out, "you missed the best party of the semester. There were so many cute guys there." Jennifer smiled politely and went back to her books. "Wait," Monica said, sitting on Jennifer's bed. "Don't tell me you've never been to a real party." "I prefer to study," Jennifer replied quietly. The room went silent. Then Kim laughed, not a kind laugh, but the type that made Jennifer's cheeks burn. "Oh my God," Kim said. "You're one of those girls, aren't you? What happened next still makes my heart ache when I think about it." "Jennifer," Lisa said slowly, "have you ever, been with a guy?" Jennifer's face turned red. "That's personal," she whispered. "Oh my God," Monica shrieked. "She's a virgin. At 17. In university." The three girls exploded into laughter. Jennifer felt smaller than she'd ever felt in her life. "There's nothing wrong with that," she said, trying to sound confident. "Honey," Kim said, patting her shoulder like she was a child, "you can't go through university like that. You'll be a laughingstock." From that night on, everything changed for Jennifer. Every day became a nightmare. Her roommates would come home with stories that made Jennifer's ears burn. They talked about guys, about positions, about experiences Jennifer had never even heard of. "You don't know what you're missing," Lisa would say. "It's the best feeling in the world. All the popular girls have experience," Monica added. "No guy wants to deal with, someone who doesn't know what she's doing." Jennifer tried to ignore them, but their words followed her everywhere. In class, she'd look around and wonder who else was like her. At the cafeteria, she'd watch couples and feel like an outsider. The worst part was how they treated her. They'd stop talking when she entered the room. They'd give her pitying looks. They'd invite everyone to parties except her, saying, "You wouldn't be comfortable there anyway." Jennifer began to feel like something was wrong with her. Here's where the story gets really heartbreaking. And this is important, so listen carefully. Jennifer started spending hours online, reading about what her roommates talked about. She'd stare at herself in the mirror, wondering if she was pretty enough, mature enough, normal enough. The confident girl who had walked into university with dreams of becoming a doctor was slowly disappearing. In her place was someone desperate to prove she wasn't the innocent little girl her roommates thought she was. Late at night, she'd hear them whispering about her. "Poor Jennifer," they'd say. "She's so behind everyone else. I almost feel sorry for her." Those words cut deeper than any knife. 2 months into the semester, there was a big party off campus. For the first time, Lisa turned to Jennifer and said, "You know what? Come with us tonight. It's time you learn what college is really about." Jennifer's heart raced. "I don't think I should," Come on, Monica said. What's the worst that could happen? You might actually have fun for once. Jennifer looked at herself in the mirror. She was tired of being the joke, tired of feeling left out, tired of being treated like a child. That night, she put on her best dress and followed her roommates to the party. The party was everything Jennifer had imagined. Loud music, crowded rooms, and the smell of alcohol everywhere. Her roommates immediately disappeared into the crowd, leaving Jennifer standing alone by the door. That's when she met him. Ryan, tall, charming, with a smile that made her forget why she was nervous. You look lost, he said, handing her a drink. First party? Jennifer nodded, embarrassed. Don't worry, Ryan laughed. I'll take care of you. And for the first time in months, Jennifer felt like someone actually wanted to be around her. Now, if you think you know where this story is going, trust me, you don't. Because what happened next wasn't just about one bad decision. It was about how one moment of wanting to belong can destroy everything you've worked for. Ryan was everything Jennifer had never experienced. He listened to her talk about her studies. He told her she was beautiful. He made her feel special, grown up, wanted. You're not like other girls, he said as the night went on. You're real. You're genuine. Jennifer felt her heart soar. Finally, someone saw her as more than just the innocent roommate. As the party wound down, Ryan suggested they go somewhere quieter. Just to talk, he said. I want to get to know you better. Jennifer knew she should say no. Every instinct her parents had tried to build in her was screaming warnings. But the weeks of feeling inadequate, of being laughed at, of being treated like a child, drowned out that small voice of caution. Okay, she whispered. What happened in Ryan's dorm room that night changed Jennifer's life forever. Ryan was gentle at first, telling her she was special, that this meant something. Jennifer, desperate to finally understand what her roommates talked about, desperate to prove she wasn't the innocent little girl everyone thought she was, made a choice. One choice. One moment. One decision that she thought would make her feel grown up and accepted. Instead, it left her feeling empty and confused. The earth didn't move. Fireworks didn't go off. It wasn't magical like movies made it seem. It was awkward, uncomfortable, and over quickly. That was amazing, Ryan said afterward, but Jennifer could tell he was already checking his phone. She walked back to her dorm at 2 a.m., feeling more alone than she ever had in her life. The next morning, Jennifer expected everything to be different. She expected to feel different, to be treated differently. But Ryan barely looked at her when she saw him on campus. Her roommates were too busy with their own drama to notice any change in her. Jennifer realized with horror that nothing had changed, except something inside her felt broken. 2 weeks later, she started feeling sick in the mornings. 3 weeks after that party, Jennifer sat in a campus bathroom stall, staring at a pregnancy test with 2 pink lines. Her world collapsed in that moment. All her dreams, her scholarship, her future, everything she had worked for her entire life was suddenly hanging in the balance. She ran to find Ryan, her hands shaking, her heart pounding. When she found him outside the library with his friends, she pulled him aside. Ryan, I need to talk to you. It's important. He looked annoyed. Look, Jennifer, about that night. It was fun, but I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm pregnant, she whispered. The color drained from his face. Then, his expression turned cold. That's not my problem, he said, loud enough for his friends to hear. I don't even remember that night. You could be lying. You could have been with anyone. Jennifer felt like the ground had opened up beneath her. Ryan, please. Don't contact me again, he said, walking away. And don't try to pin this on me. You can't prove anything. His friends looked at Jennifer with disgust and followed him, leaving her standing there, shattered and completely alone. Jennifer couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't focus on her studies. The scholarship that had been her ticket to a better life was slipping away as her grades plummeted. She couldn't tell her parents. They would be devastated. She couldn't tell her roommates. They would just see it as another reason to mock her. In her desperation, Jennifer searched online for solutions. She found advertisements for cheap, quick procedures. No questions asked. No parents needed to know. The place was in a rundown part of town. The doctor was a man with shaky hands and questionable credentials. But Jennifer was out of options and out of time. What happened in that back alley clinic still haunts me. The procedure went wrong. Terribly wrong. Jennifer started bleeding heavily. The man who called himself a doctor panicked and told her to leave. Jennifer stumbled out onto the street, blood soaking through her clothes, pain shooting through her body like fire. A kind stranger found her collapsed on the sidewalk and called an ambulance. At the hospital, doctors worked frantically to save her life. The damage from the botched procedure was severe. When Jennifer finally woke up, a doctor with sad eyes delivered news that shattered what remained of her world. "We saved your life," he said gently, "but the damage was extensive. You'll never be able to have children." Jennifer, at 17 years old, had lost everything. Her innocence, her dreams, her health, and her future as a mother. All gone because of one night when she tried to prove she wasn't the person her roommates said she was. Jennifer's parents rushed to the hospital, their faces showing a mixture of love, heartbreak, and confusion. Through tears, Jennifer told them everything. The pressure, the loneliness, the terrible choices she had made. Her mother held her and cried. Her father, the strong man who had always protected her, wept like a child. "Why didn't you call us?" her mother whispered. "We would have helped you. We would have figured it out together." But it was too late. The damage was done. Jennifer had to withdraw from university. Her scholarship was gone. Her dreams of becoming a doctor were over. Her body would never fully recover from what happened in that clinic. Jennifer's story isn't just about one bad decision. It's about how the desperate need to fit in, to be accepted, to prove we're not different, can lead us to make choices that destroy our lives. Those roommates who laughed at Jennifer, they moved on with their lives. They probably don't even remember her name now. Ryan, the boy who denied everything, he graduated and got a good job, never thinking about the girl whose life he helped destroy. But Jennifer will carry the consequences of that one night for the rest of her life. If you're young and watching this, feeling pressure to do things you're not ready for, hear me clearly. Your worth is not determined by what you've done or haven't done. Your value doesn't depend on fitting in with people who mock your choices. Those people laughing at your innocence, they're not your friends. Real friends don't pressure you to change who you are. They don't make you feel ashamed of your values. And if you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, please know that there are people who will help you. There are safe options, legal options, support systems that won't judge you. Never, ever trust your life to someone in a back alley who promises easy solutions. Parents, this story should terrify you. Not because your children might make mistakes, but because they might face those mistakes alone. Create an environment where your children can come to you with anything, even their worst fears, their biggest mistakes, their most shameful secrets. Because if they can't come to you, they'll go to people who might hurt them instead of helping them. Jennifer's story has a tragic ending, but yours doesn't have to. You have the power to make different choices. You have the strength to resist pressure. You have the wisdom to know that temporary acceptance isn't worth permanent consequences. Your future is worth protecting. Your dreams are worth preserving. Your body is worth respecting. Don't let anyone pressure you into proving you're something you're not. The right person will love you exactly as you are, when you're ready, on your terms. Jennifer shared her story not for pity, but as a warning. She wants young people to know that one moment of weakness can have lifelong consequences. She wants parents to talk to their children before it's too late. She wants everyone to remember that trying to fit in with the wrong people will always lead you to the wrong places. Jennifer lost everything because she forgot who she was and tried to become someone else. Don't make the same mistake. If Jennifer's story touched your heart, if it made you think about the choices you're making or the conversations you need to have, then please share this video. Someone in your life needs to hear this message. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification icon. If you're struggling with peer pressure, facing an unplanned pregnancy, or need someone to talk to, please reach out. There are people who care, people who will help, people who won't judge you for your mistakes. Remember, your story doesn't have to end like Jennifer's. You still have the power to choose differently. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay wise, and never forget that you are worth protecting.